Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the Swannery. Thursday, day before Good Friday. Beautiful sunny day here today. Start of a new course season, so why not start off a new course season with a new fish? Oh, where's he gone? There it is. Got it resting on the pond. Just getting it acclimatised. I shall give that 20 minutes and then I shall put it in the blue bowl, have an inspection, and I'll show you it all in a minute when it's in the blue bowl. Here we are, I'll bowled her up. She's been acclimatising in the water for about 30-35 minutes. Yamabuki Ogon. I got this from Marcus and Lorraine at Kazako, I think I pronounced that right, Kazako or Kazako Koi down in Somerset. Yamabuki Ogon, bred by Sato, but it's out of a Kabuto spawning using Marido bloodlines. I think that's quite eye-catching, that is. I've got another Yamabuki Ogon because I don't know if you remember, about this time last year when I was breaking my pond down to have it fiberglassed, I lost quite a big Yamabuki in my swimming pool. Filters weren't right, you know, the filter wasn't mature enough, and it struggled, and that fish, well, it wasn't just that fish, there was 2 or 3 other fish that did struggle in that swimming pool, but unfortunately the Yamabuki didn't make it, so I've replaced it with this. I quite like this one, you know, because it's got a little bit of hint of white in it, hint of creaminess in it. It's quite unusual. I think it's obviously out of Kabuto breeding. But it's funny, you know, I was having a conversation with Jim down at Park Farm Fisheries. He'd just come back from Japan January, February time, and going through the fish he'd bought out there, you know, and I was talking about this fish that I bought. He said, you know what, I bought exactly the same fish. He said, from Sato. He said, when I was there, he said, the one Jim's bought, he said, I saw it in the pond there, you know, in the concrete pond, and he said, something unusual about that fish. Anyway, Sato took him out the back and showed him the parent fish. Now, I can't remember whether it was the male or the female Kabuto, but the parent fish is over 1 metre long. So in theory, this should get to a fair decent size. Now, this is Nisai. It's probably a bit small for a Nisai, but I'm pretty sure with some heat and some food in there this season, we're right at the beginning of this season, I'm sure I can make this fish catch up. One Jim's got down there is probably half the size of this again. That's quite a pleasing little fish, that is. Got a nice skin, nice pectorals. Just trying to have a look at the peduncle, but it's probably a bit small. Now, talking about Kabuto or Kabuto fish, especially Sato's breeding, I've got a road trip tomorrow, Good Friday tomorrow. I've got a road trip right way round the bottom of the M25, I suppose 6 o'clock on the M25 in Surrey, Koi Water Gardens. I've been chasing a holy grail, or my holy grail of a fish, for the last couple of seasons. A couple of seasons ago, maybe even 3 years ago, Perfect Aquatics had this fish. It's a Sato fish, and it just mesmerised me. I was fascinated by it. Could never work out the breeding of it though, you know, and I don't think anybody sort of knew. When it come in, it was sort of unboxed as a Yamabuki Ogon. Well, no way is it a Yamabuki, but I'm pretty sure I might have found the lineage to it. Pretty sure it's Kabuto with a bit of Makashi in it, and obviously a bit of Yami thrown in it as well. The Ginrin on it, oh, it was like yellow in the fucua in the scales, and when it turned in the water, they were turned like to emerald green. I was always fascinated by that fish. I've got an aeroplane off to Dubai, cheap holidays, off to Dubai, free air shows, free fireworks apparently. What was I saying? Yeah, I was always fascinated by this fish over at Perfect Aquatics because it would change colour as it swam about. I could never figure out whether it was natural or whether it was because it was under artificial lighting, but you'd watch it and it'd have like yellow, like where the Yami was mixed into it, it'd have sort of yellow fucua in the scales, Ginrin, and then as it turned to emerald green. I was always fascinated by that fish. Anyway, I've never managed to find one. I bought 2 or 3 sort of chasing. I bought a Makashi Ogon, hoped would turn into it, which it hasn't, and then I found a Sato fish. He's got a new variety called Shunku, so I bought one of those hoping that that's what it was, but it obviously isn't. But then I found these Kabutos down at Koi Water Gardens in Surrey. I'm going to have a look at tomorrow, and it's the closest I've found. So I'm going to go down there, have a look, and hopefully it's what I'm after. So it might even be another new fish. But anyway, let's get back to this little beauty for the time being. Quite like that. I quite like that. I reckon when that's in the pond and the covers are off, you know, I reckon that's going to sparkle, that's going to shine. Like I say, this is from Marcus and Lorraine, Kazoku Koi, down in Somerset. I've already mentioned Perfect Aquatics, I mentioned Park Farm Fisheries, I mentioned Koi Water Gardens. I wonder if I'm going to get any discount codes. That's 4 dealers I've mentioned in one video. Right, let's have a go at measuring. Oh, there we go, measuring. Oh, stay there.
30, I would say.
30. 31.
Yeah,
31.
Yeah.
Well, she's in the pond. She's just swimming over there. Still got these covers on, but hopefully it will come up and say hello. But I reckon with a bit of heat, decent food, I reckon I can make that catch up. Yamabuki Ogon by Sato. Now thanks for watching everybody, hope you found it interesting, and I'll let you know how I get on with this Ginrin Kabuto tomorrow when I go and see it. But thanks for now, appreciate everybody watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.